Whatever the Western media, the Western science says now should not be taken on the face value. It needs to be questioned. The data in Arctic, Greenland, on which models of climate change are being made has to be minutely diagnosed. Debates have to be issued not on whether man-made or whether it is man-made or whether it is natural or whether it is pollution is creating global warming or carbon is creating global warming is absurd. Important debate is what and how the data on which UNIPCC is basing their theories on, their statements on. If those records are not publicized, each and every record should be publicized. How can you say ice core you're getting some carbon dioxide and 1 lakh million? It is difficult to date. If you give one sample, the same sample to different labs and you don't tell from where it is, I will assure you, you will get dates which are just contradictory. No two labs will have the same dates. This is all closed. One sample from Antarctica, one sample from Greenland, and then just for one core, and then just trying to make some imaginary hypothesis and just trying to interpret certain things which are not at all relevant. Yes, it is a theory. Maybe, maybe not, maybe not, may not be right, may not be wrong. But just to jump at conclusions. Okay, you find carbon dioxide trapped in ice cores. Simple. Now, all the carbon dioxide will not be trapped in that ice core at that point of time. I assure you. There will be n number of places where carbon dioxide at that point of time would have been there when it was being also trapped in the ice core. So carbon dioxide levels, we didn't have instruments at that point of time to measure that. Only 100 years of data means nothing in science, in geological period, 100 years lifespan, we don't have uh, records also. And even if their records are there, the instruments, you see, the instrumental quality, the observation quality, and who the person who's recording those evidences, all these have to be authenticated. Until and unless this authentication is achieved, jumping into conclusions, yes, politicians can do that, but scientists have to be very aware and very careful to jump on conclusions. You see, simple statement can cause devastations. And now we are in a position, every individual wants to take some action on global warming. But until and unless we know what everybody wants to take the action. Politicians are so mugged up because they find that nothing is important in this life other than just to take a decision on climate change, climate change, climate change. Yes, we have to take a decision. Who says we don't have to take a decision? But if we distort the facts and want to jump at conclusions, that is not going to solve our problem. That will be an operation in haste, and we may end number of lives. If the doctor is not able to diagnose the patient in the operation theater properly, he may operate the wrong organ and the person may die. Same thing, we want to take a decision now. We know that there is a problem. We know that global warming is happening. But that is not a problem. It had been happening when the last ice age ended. And gradually gradually, thousands and thousands of years it took to reach its present shape, and now we all of a sudden realize that there is something problem. No, there is no problem at all. There is problem here in my mind. There is problem here in the mind of the UNIPCC members who are jumping into conclusions and jumping into conclusions on false data, on distorted data, on data which doesn't have any relevance to the global warming cycles. Why are, I ask a simple question, why are you ignoring the geological data? Why are you ignoring the geological data? It is easier said than done. It is easier ignore, but you can't ignore the implications of ignoring these geological data. Global warming was there, is there, and will be there. It will end with the end of Homo sapiens on this earth. Make that is for guaranteed, because that is a cycle again of evolution and de-evolution. You may or may not believe me, because this presentation is very simple. A small laptop, me sitting in front of it, and sharing my experiences, lying in my bed, talking about global warming. But this is the convenient truth, because I am very convenient sitting and enjoying global warming. Everybody can do that. Why people are creating panic about it? Why? Why? If they cannot enjoy warming, if they cannot have the pleasures of enjoying warming, why can't these so-called members go and sit with the scientists who are working there in Antarctica, who are working there in Greenland, and see for themselves what it means to be living in global cooling times?